Best to our knowledge, he appears to have moved on. We have not had any recent reports or any reliable recent information to suggest that he's still in the area where he was last week.
While it's not an everyday occurrence seeing a bear in the heart of Dawson Creek, it is something that obviously can happen.
It's fairly rare to have a bear come into the city. It has happened a couple times in the last 6 years. So it is important to keep an eye out when you're walking through the park areas and, of course, along the creek trail.
Especially this time of year when the animals are on the outskirts of the city, they can easily come for a visit.
In August, late August, when that final push for food occurs by bears, we typically see bears come into those greenbelt areas.
Typically, when bears rarely do decide to make their way into city limits, they'll hang around for a couple of days feeding off berries before moving on somewhere else. But if they find unnatural food sources such as garbage, that's when they tend to stick around.
The important thing is to prevent wildlife from coming into the city. Please ensure that you're securing your garbage, not leaving things out that might attract things like bears and foxes and coyotes into the city limits.
The Mile Zero City doesn't currently have any bylaws requiring you to animal safe your garbage, so it's on residents to ensure they're following proper protocol. Now, in the rare scenario you do encounter a bear somewhere in the city, there are a few tips as to what you should do.
What type of bear it is, sometimes dictates how you should react. If you have a sense that the bear has no idea that you're there, has not seen you or smelt you, then it just would be wisely to just back out of the area and just leave the area.
The more aggressive grizzlies are unlikely to be in the city, so if you do see a bear, it's probably a black bear. If they see you, make noise and let it know you're there while slowly backing away. Because if a black bear does feel it's in danger,
as rare as it is for a black bear to have a physical contact with a human, you don't want to take a harmless situation and aggravate it by making the bear feel as though you may be a threat to it.
If you see a bear in the city, someone feeding a wild animal, or even uncontrolled waste lying about that could attract animals, call the Conservation Office at 1-877-7277. Derrick Lightfoot, CJDC-TV News, Dawson Creek.